Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, my name is Yasri Ajara Fatah. I'm from English Department of State Islamic University of Sunan Gunung Jati, Bandung. I'm from Linguistic the class in 6th semester. Here, I'm going to talk about the first chapter of sociolinguistic terms, that is language, dialect, and varieties. So here I'm going to explain it by two languages. But before going further to the main topic, the first is, what is language actually? Language is the subject to communicate each other, and from it we can have an interaction. So when we talk about language, we find some more interesting topic of dialect, which is going to be discussed as the one part of chapter 1 in Sociolinguistics, that is styles, registers, and belief. The first is styles. The study of dialect is further complicated by the fact that speakers can adopt different styles of speaking. You can speak formally and informally, your choice being governed by the circumstances. Ya, jadi di sini ada formal speaking and informally speaking, dan pasti di formal and informal pasti ada tingkatannya. Sebagai contoh, ketika upacara pasti si pembicara menggunakan speech atau pidatonya dengan pasti ini formal. Terus public lectures itu cukup formal, and conversation seperti biasa itu banyaknya pasti informal. So I try to relate a level of formality just into various of factors, and the kind of occasion, the various social age, and other differences that exist between the participant and particular task that is involved, for example, writing or speaking, and the emotional involvement of one or more participants, and so on and so forth. So the next is registers. The second is registers. Registers is another complicating factors in any study of language varieties. Registers are sets of language items associated with discrete occupational and social groups. For example, like airplane pilots, celestial, jazz fans, and pimps. Nah, itu berbeda registersnya gitu masing-masing. Seperti yang Ferguson katakan, bahwa people participating in recurrent communication situations tend to develop similar vocabularies, similar features of intonation, and characteristic bits of syntax and phonology that they use in their situation. This kind of variety is register. So dialect, register, and style differences are largely independent. So in the independency, you may also be judged to speak better or worse. Jadi maksudnya, setiap kita menggunakan dialect sendiri, pasti khususnya gitu di speech atau pidato, sebagai contoh in England gitu, in Liverpool is much less valued rather than the North or West English. Ya, Liverpool itu nilainya kurang daripada English bagian North West gitu kan. Bisa dilihat speech-nya gitu. Terus berbicara better or worse, itu juga berbicara dengan correctness and incorrectness. Correctness and incorrectness is differentiate between the knowledge versus the ignorance. Jadi ada yang berpengetahuan emang dari pengetahuan, dan ignorance dari kebiasaan mereka di lingkungan mereka berbicara speech dia tuh correct atau tidak, incorrect atau tidak, itu tergantung situasi speech. Kayak tadi di Liverpool much less valued gitu kan, daripada Northwest English. Jadi registers itu ditentukan dari knowledge and ignorance, ditentukan benar atau salah, baik atau buruk itu dari knowledge and ignorance. Nah, ini complicating registers. The third is beliefs. Many people hold strong beliefs on various issues having to do with language and are quite willing to offer their judgments on issues. That's C. Bauer and Trujillo, 1998, Niedzolski and Preston, 1999, Wardrow, 1999. So according to what I read and what I talk about the styles and the registers, there are some points that they believe such things as certain languages of lack grammar, that you can speak without an accent, that French is more logical than English, and the parents teach their children to speak, that the pronunciation should be based on the spelling, and so on and so forth. So in this kind of the topic, there is the issues that from the styles and the registers, and this must have a belief each other. This must have a belief each other. So that issues that which the topic complicated is about the belief of the language itself. That the belief is from the language attitudes, from the styles, and the language behavior, it's from the registers itself. So it connected each other, the belief, the styles, and the registers. So the conclusion is language beliefs are well entrenched as language attitudes and language behavior. So I think yang terpenting sociolinguistik di sini yaitu should strive for an understanding of all three, that because all affect how people behave toward others. Nah, di situ ya itu hanya verbal hygiene yang tadi dikatakan Kamerun di 1995. Dan that's all from me. Thank you for your nice attention, and last I say Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.